So what I've done to fix a known issue with the 200 series, huge problem with them. A lot of people think it's a leaky screen. It's not. What happens is the water runs down and gets into where the cabin filter is. Apparently I spoke to Toyota about it, and I finally got onto someone who used to work in the like the workshop area and everything like that through my connections, and this is what they do to fix it. And I'm like, okay. They said create a bit of flashing over the top. It can still get the fresh air, it can still pull fresh air in, that's not a problem. But he said you need to stop the water dripping down into there, because this is what it was doing, is running and dripping into where the cabin filter was. So it'd have a wet cabin filter and it then leaks out onto the floor, onto the floor. Now, you're going to be lucky to spot this because it leaks in behind the dash and you actually don't see it. I just happen to see it just by sheer luck. So now, another thing that I've done, what the issue is, right? What causes this issue is this right here, right? It's meant to be a drain. I'll try and put this, it's resting on my car and I don't really want to scratch the paint, so put it on an angle like that, right? This right here, as you can see, it's a drain, it's a grate, and it's meant to expel the water. This is for the emergency overflow, so that comes down and runs across and is meant to go away from the airbox. Instead, it can sometimes run back along and drip into where you pull your fresh air. All right. Another issue they have is down in here. This is a channel that runs down and out, little spout there. That also can flood and go into there. The issue is this channel can't handle the amount of water in certain downpours. So the guy said to me, let me guess, if your Landcruiser is parked on a certain angle or if it's a torrential downpour, it will leak. Mine wasn't always torrential downpours. Mine was whenever it was parked on a certain angle. So if it was parked on a street and it was slightly angled, like passenger side of the car slightly tilted down like that, it would leak. I had it when I was up on a nature strip and it was angled back the other way. It really leaked, like pissed into it. So this is the issue. This is actually the issue, and hopefully I'll rectify it, because I've been chasing this problem with this for some time. A lot of people say that it's your windscreen, and they say that the Toyota screen comes down a little bit further. This does have an aftermarket screen, and it had an aftermarket screen when I got it. I've had the screen replaced. I spoke to the guy at Toyota and he said you can put a genuine screen in it and it won't fix the issue. He said it will disappear for a bit, but then it'll come back. The actual problem is with this channel. The channel sometimes just can't handle water, or they break on the plastic welds and things along those lines. So yeah, this is how you fix it. Put one of those. He goes, literally put one of those on top of it, the water will hit it, run down and go into the plenum where it's meant to go, and you will no longer have water inside. Now, I'm not concerned about the water getting onto the carpet. That's not what I'm concerned about. It's the $19,000-$20,000 worth of electronics, even Toyota said, that it gets into when it's running down in through the blower, the fan, and dripping out where the ECU and stuff is. He goes, it's going to cost you a shit ton of money, so get onto it and I'll try and fix it. So I've put weather stripping here, weather stripping there, weather stripping there. It's just held to the filing wall with double-sided tape, and all it is a piece of this. And it's good because Toyota has a groove up under the windscreen where that slots into, and yeah, hasn't taken me too long to do. But if you have this issue, this is a fix. And literally the guy was saying to me from Toyota that it is like 90% of the 200 series have this issue. If you have condensation or steam on your windscreen when the car's sitting there on cold days or whatever, and it's on the inside, chances are you have this problem. If it rains and it takes a while to defog your windscreen, you can't figure out what to do to defog it, you've got this problem. If you've got a weird smell in your car that smells a little bit musty, you've got this problem. Thought I'd throw this in quickly as well. If you've recently had a windscreen replaced in your 200 series and now it's got this leaking problem, you might want to look at the plenum. Now that plenum plastic cover, when they remove the screens, because of where the gutter runs underneath the screen, sometimes they run their blade down too far and they will cut your gutter back. They'll trim that gutter that protrudes underneath the screen. So that is another issue as well. I did film this video quite a long while ago and I found it in my archives and I thought I'd upload it for you guys. But over the years, that is another problem that can happen with the 200s. But most of the time, it's the gutters overflowing and they do get into the fresh air. A lot of people do not know about it because they don't realize a lot of the cruisers have plastic trays under the dash, so you don't even know that it's leaking. So you'll be like, oh, my car's fine, I don't have that issue. And you start digging and you find out, oh, actually I have had that issue. I've had that issue for a long while. So when you have someone from Toyota telling you that it is a massive problem with them, and like 90% of them that they have come into their shop, so not 90% globally, but 90% that they have come into their shop, and other shops they've had to rectify this issue by doing this, and they obviously do the same sort of method that they told me to do. So yeah.